The skeletal remains of what was once Las Vegas scraped the bruised twilight sky. Buildings, once beacons of dazzling light, clawed upwards, missing chunks like rotten teeth. Below, in the belly of the beast, life, stubborn and strange, clung on amidst the dust devils and shimmering heat haze. This was Leo's domain, or at least a good chunk of it around Big Tony's repurposed auto garage. Inside the cavernous garage, the final clang of a wrench echoed, followed by the satisfying hiss of an air compressor powering down. Crystal wiped grease-stained hands on a tattered rag, a triumphant grin stretching across her face. Every bolt was tightened, every wire connected, every salvaged part meticulously integrated. The main event, their armored behemoth, was finally complete, a testament to their ingenuity and resilience in this broken world. Its sandblasted plating gleamed under the dim garage lights, a silent promise of protection and power. Leo, or Blind Leo as nobody ironically called him, he was indeed blind, and black as night, leaned against a graffiti-scarred wall, the cerulean glow of his walking staff pulsing softly against the cracked asphalt. His shades hid eyes that saw a different kind of darkness, and his salt and pepper beard gave him the air of a weary prophet in a fallen city of dreams. Goldie, a magnificent lion with a mane the color of old gold, sat regally beside him, occasionally flicking his tail at a mutated gecko scurrying across the shimmering ground. "Leo, baby. Feast your non-existent peepers on this," Crystal exclaimed, gesturing proudly at the main event. "She's ready to rumble. And maybe rustle up some grub while she's at it." Leo pushed off the wall, his staff clicking on a discarded roulette wheel, guiding his steps with practiced ease towards the rumbling engine. "Food run, huh?" Figured that beast wasn't just for looking pretty in the apocalypse. "What's on the menu for today's desert safari?" Crystal grabbed her battered crossbow and a quiver of crudely fashioned bolts, a predatory gleam in her eye. Heard some desperate whispers about mutated coyotes getting bowled out by the old power station. Mean, but hopefully meaty. And the main event here is just begging for a little off-road action. Goldie rose, stretching languidly, his golden gaze already fixed on the open garage doors and the promise of adventure. He padded towards the armored vehicle, his massive form fitting surprisingly well in the spacious back. Leo settled into the reinforced passenger seat, the interior smelling of oil, dust, and a hint of Crystal's fierce determination. The engine thrummed beneath them, a powerful heartbeat in the desolate landscape. Crystal slid behind the wheel, her hands sure on the makeshift controls. "Hold your hat, sugar. The main event's about to show you what she can do." With a roar that echoed across the ruined strip, the main event burst out of the garage and into the harsh Vegas sunlight. They rumbled through the debris-strewn streets, the armored plating shrugging off the wasteland's hazards. Soon, the skeletal casinos gave way to the more desolate outskirts, the hunt for mutated coyote and their powerful new ride underway. The main event barreled across the cracked earth and rubble-strewn landscape beyond the strip, its powerful engine devouring the miles. Crystal expertly navigated the treacherous terrain, her eyes scanning the horizon for any sign of movement. Leo, his other senses heightened, listened to the wind whistling past the armored vehicle and the subtle changes in the desert sounds. Goldie, ever vigilant, sat in the back, his gaze sweeping the desolate scenery. After a tense hour of searching, Crystal spotted them, a pack of mutated coyotes scavenging near a collapsed transmission tower. They were larger than normal, with mangy fur and unsettlingly bright eyes. As the main event approached, the coyotes scattered, their howls echoing in the desolate air. "Cowardly bunch," Crystal muttered, bringing the vehicle to a halt a safe distance away. "Didn't even put up a fight." Leo chuckled. "Smart ones, perhaps. They probably heard this beast coming a mile off." Suddenly, a lone, larger coyote, bolder or perhaps more desperate than the others, darted out from behind a pile of debris. It was gaunt and scarred, its teeth bared in a snarl. Before Crystal could even raise her crossbow, Goldie let out a powerful roar and launched himself from the back of the main event. The coyote, surprised by the sudden attack, yelped and tried to flee, but Goldie was too fast. With a swift pounce, the lion had the coyote pinned, a low growl rumbling in his chest. The kill was quick and efficient. Crystal hopped out of the main event, surveying the scene. Well, that was decisive, she said, a mixture of relief and slight disappointment in her voice. Barely broke a sweat. Leo followed, his staff tapping the ground as he approached. Efficient is good in this world, Crystal. Less risk, more reward. With the surprisingly light carcass loaded into the back, they turned the main event back towards the distant glow of their makeshift oasis. The setting sun painted the sky in fiery hues, casting long shadows across the wasteland. As Crystal drove, a comfortable silence settled between them. The successful hunt, though brief, had reinforced their reliance on each other and Goldie. A sudden impulse, a wave of warmth and gratitude, washed over Crystal. Without a word, she reached over and gently cupped Leo's face with her free hand, her knuckles brushing against his salt and pepper beard. Before Leo could fully process the gesture, Crystal leaned over and pressed a quick, unexpected kiss to his cheek, right beside his shades. It was a fleeting touch, a silent acknowledgement of their bond, a small spark of affection in the harsh reality of their lives. She pulled back quickly, a slight blush rising on her cheeks, her eyes focused back on the road ahead. Leo touched his cheek, a faint smile playing on his lips. The unexpected gesture was a welcome warmth against the cool desert air, a silent promise of the connection they shared in the heart of the Vegas wasteland.